So Valarie, you've been telling me a little about the knowledge cafes that you've been running in Trinidad and Tobago. Would you care to tell me a little more?
Sure. Well, David, first off, I would like to acknowledge that the idea of the Knowledge Cafe first started from reading an article that you wrote. And I was really blown away by the idea of people coming together and talking in an informal way about topics of interest.
Okay.
So, the Knowledge Cafe, I introduced it to the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago. That's where I work. I am an information management officer working in the information services department, and we came up with the idea of capturing tacit knowledge, capturing the expert knowledge of our senior employees and sharing it within the organization, finding a way to do it. And the Knowledge Cafe gave us that opportunity. I introduced it to the head of my department, Anne Spencer, and she was really interested, keen about it. We marketed it, sold the idea to the vice president of the group, Mr. Daniel Sanker, and he embraced it, and the rest is history. We have had about 15 knowledge cafes since March 2006 when we introduced it. Employees find it a valuable learning experience. We focus on topics that are relevant to the business. It's a natural gas company, it's an energy company. We focus on LNG, oil and gas reserves, safety. We invite our expertise within the organization to lead Knowledge Cafe sessions, and we find people from various functional departments, for example, internal audit, legal, IT, human resource, people who would not have ordinarily known about particular business topics within energy, coming to a Knowledge Cafe and actually learning something about the organization. So I think it's a rich learning opportunity, a rich learning tool. We have also invited expertise from outside of the National Gas Company, and they have come into the company and led us in presentations, and it was absolutely terrific. You know, it's something to experience, and they themselves are so blown away by the Knowledge Cafe idea and the concept, and people coming together in this informal environment talking about pertinent topics. They have even thought about taking the Knowledge Cafe back to the organizations. And I think because the Knowledge Cafe has been endorsed by the president of the company, Mr. Frank Lookin, he has led Knowledge Cafe sessions, he has recommended topics, he has recommended speakers, because it is a specialized industry, and to get experts to come and to talk about things that are relevant to the company, to the industry, it is no easy job. So the fact that he has endorsed it, it has really taken the Knowledge Cafe to a really higher level.
Because you run them a little differently to the way I do. You actually get people to talk for maybe 15 or 20 minutes with some PowerPoint slides.
Exactly. Because it's a corporate environment, because management require measuring the return on this particular type of activity during company time, we have to demonstrate value in some way. So we encourage presenters to actually document their presentations so that we can have it available, so that our staff can use it as a reference tool for further research. So a typical Knowledge Cafe would begin. We will welcome our guests, welcome employees. We have a safety brief because it's an energy company. So we have a 2-minute safety brief, and then we welcome our presenter, and they lead us in a 15-minute presentation. And employees are all seated 4 per table. And at the end of the presentation, we have informal discussions, either questions being asked of the presenters, comments being raised, conversations going around tables, people raising their comments, their ideas, their concerns, and even challenging some of the ideas that were presented. So it is a valuable learning tool, and I would recommend it to anybody who is really serious about capturing tacit knowledge and just diffusing it across the organization. Because today there is a significant gap between the individuals who have the knowledge, and they are very often the senior people within the organization. And then you have the junior people, and there's this gap because very soon they will be retiring, and who is going to bridge the gap? The blogs and the communities of practice can do so much. But I think when people are engaged in that informal conversation, there is so much learning. It is unbelievable. Yeah. So please do the Knowledge Cafe. It really works.
Valarie, thank you so much for sharing that with me.